Welcome to Intro to Striking. This is phase two officially. Phase two is understanding strike, and I want to go over some drills that will aid you in going from these are strikes to these are how you land strikes. After you've done phase one, phase two is now how to implement those things, how to understand them, how to use them. You have a safe zone, so this is what this is here for. Those yellow cones actually have more, so like there can be my center safe zone, my off to the right angle safe zone, and then my lead side angle safe zone. But you have your safe area, and then you have a step in where this is like your fighting area. This is where I'm at. I'm one punch away. They can punch me, I can punch them. This isn't very safe, pretty dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Another thing we talked about with like guards would be this is where I'm standing. My hands can technically be lower, so I can be at my chin, be long guarding. I can be moving around. But the closer I get, the more I need to be here, or at the very least here, having that added protection. Out here, be a little bit more loose. Closer I get, the higher they go. The best thing you can possibly do is go from outside to inside and then back outside. You want to be safe, not safe, 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 not safe, 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 not safe, safe. Now, I just do a hook, and that's a good example of like when you can start going to your lead side or your lateral lead angle, or you can go to your rear angle. So if you only go forward and backwards, it gets predictable. So instead of just going in and out, you can go in, boom, and take that same side leg, step, step, and recenter. So remember, instead of drawing the L, you get in, step over to the side, bring your other foot with you. Opposite side is the same thing. Just make sure you move your other foot when you go to that opposite side. So if I come in, boom, when I go this way, I'm here. You want to make sure your hips are turning. So I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be like this when I make my move. I want to step and turn. When I make a move, I want to step and turn. That way, whatever is in front of me is always in the middle, centralized. But a roll means to step to your lead or your rear side. So when you get in, I was like, hook, hook, hook. And I wanted to roll, tuck my chin, step, roll. Go the other way too. Tuck, step, roll. This cone is here where you want to stay close to the ground. So like I do want you guys to see exactly where I'm going because again, like even though I'm coming in for a punch, I don't want to be here. This would be a little bit too close. You can do stuff from that close range, but that's like elbow and grab range. This is if someone tried to grab you, you can get a punch off. So remember, even though this is safe, there's still precautions when you get this close that I don't want to just be here, not being able to see it. Useful combos utilizing this setup and your movement in terms of trying to actually land a strike. So your 1-2, most people when you first learn them, you're either going to be throwing them in place, missing, or you're going to be overextending. So make sure if I'm throwing a 1-2 or any strike, I'm using my foot to move forward and also to load it. So if I'm doing 1-2, using this example here, I want to push, land, turn, reset. Push, land, turn, reset. Then I can step back out. So push, turn, push. I can also just do 2 jabs, which you got set up versus like power, trying to knock someone out. 2 jabs is also good. We can talk about the follow up in a second, but instead of just 1-2, I can go boom, boom. Now for that one, I'm not going to be turning over. I'm just going to push off this twice. The first one will be really long. The second one will be short. So long jab, short jab, push out. Adding that too is a good follow up. Now, as you saw, I got past that safe zone. So what I want to do when I'm throwing that too is make sure I tuck my chin and get out the center line. So I'll go long, short, long, got it. So again, if I'm boom, boom, that last one, that's when you release everything. Set it on. Don't release it so hard that you can't recoil. Strike. So remember, I need a plan A, I need a plan B, I need a plan C. So just make sure I'm not like boom, boom, and then throwing so hard that I'm here. Because if I'm here, I'll never be able to get back over here. Now, if you do make that mistake, what you need to do, bring that foot forward. You'll need to switch the space out, but it's a little bit different. I'll finish with a lead hook, like a body shot, so I can walk in, occupy, land a good one, come back, get back here, reset. I'm gonna start over here just to make sure you can see it, but every time you throw something, you need to adjust your knee, your ankle, or your foot. So, boom, 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 boom. Every movement should be from head to toe, from toe to head. If I'm throwing a punch, I'm not just putting my arm out, I'm actually pushing off the ground, turning into the ground, turning my hip, using my knee. I bring it all back. It should be everything moving, preferably all at once, unless, there's different times where you want to time it, but still, they should be working together. So, like, I can change up my timing. I can go, or, last thing I'm gonna go over is, so I mentioned earlier the rear side angle, which can extend out to where your original safe was at. Lead side angle can extend out. Now, if you notice, they don't extend out straight. Like this isn't here and this isn't here, because you never want to be where someone's going to expect you to be. So I'll run through a few combos and kind of try to talk through it. But again, if I'm here and we're fighting, I want to get in. Oh, maybe I'll kick him. But then when I leave, I want to be here. Then if I wanted to get back in front of them, I wouldn't go here. I would go here. Then I would go here. Then I can reoccupy. Same idea. If I just came through the front, might not want to go that way. I can go boom, boom, boom. Or I can go that way. Boom, boom, and get back out. Again, it's showing you that here I'm safe. Like technically I can take one step, land a kick, one step, be not able to be hit with the kick. So you want to know where I'm completely safe, where I need some defense, where I absolutely shouldn't go unless I'm grabbing, but then also be mindful that it's more of a circle, it's an angle than it is just it's not a box. It's not a rigid thing, it's a fluid. I can land a jab cross, any of these spots, and you want to be familiar with the whole thing.